What up, what up, what up?
What up, people? Ooh. I don't like that one.
Savage love. Na, 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 na.
Anyway, so how,
Welcome to
like I was saying, podcast with your girl,
It's the baby and
Velvet.
mm.
Hopefully y'all are having a great week and had a great weekend, you know. How was yours, Fee?
Yes. Ooh, my weekend was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I traveled to North Kakalaki
Ooh.
and visited one of my really good friends. She just had dos bebés.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah, she had
Bless her
herself.
heart.
Yes, she had herself some twins, and I got to meet them for the first time. They're about a month old now. So it was really nice being able to spend time with her. I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't, since childbirth. That's a lot. So wanted to go be there for her. And just really got to spend time, get to kind of know the little one. She had 2 boys.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it was a lot of
I meant to
sleeping
ask
and
that
feeding.
too, if it was 2 boys or not.
Mm-hmm.
Bless her heart. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That means she is overran.
Mm-hmm. Yes, well, at least she's got one female kitty in the house. She got a female cat.
No,
That's the
ain't
one that's
count.
bouncing out her estrogen right now.
No, that don't even help. No, oh baby.
So yeah, if y'all are tracking at this point, that is my second friend who has a whole baby. So that's 3 pretty much practical newborn babies in my life.
Facts.
In addition to a whole nephew that is just coming out of the newborn baby phase. There's just babies all around me right now.
Now
Not
you
within
next.
me.
Oh.
Not within me.
You-
Yep. Brr, brr. My womb is clear. My womb is good.
Mine too.
I don't have a womb. How about that?
Ah, shut the fuck
I don't have a womb.
I cannot. You're
So yeah, it was nice. We literally just stayed in. She cooked. Oh, it was so good. I cleaned the dishes.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I watched the babies while she cooked. Had so much great breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person, but it was so yummy. And then yeah, I came home Sunday night, right back into
life.
life, and here we are.
Yeah.
How
Back
was
for
your
another
weekend?
episode.
It's one of the first. This month is going to be rather challenging because we didn't see each other at all this last weekend.
And not this weekend coming
Not
up.
gonna see this weekend coming up.
The weekend after that,
We
not
have
seeing
a day.
each other.
That Saturday cookout or some type of.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm saying that's my son's birthday weekend, so a lot of everything will be done. But he is having a boys' sleepover on Saturday, so that's where I'll get because one of my male friends will, because he said he want all boys, and he said mommy has to figure something out to do. Is basically what. And I said that works out perfectly because I was gonna let him go to my sister's house for a little bit until we were done at the event. But he was like, blah, blah, blah. And I said, all right, well, we'll probably be back around 1 or 2. And then best friend will be here. So I said, we'll go into my room, me and my best friend, and we'll hang out in the room. And y'all pretend we ain't even fucking here.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I'm not here. Y'all hungry? Mommy's not here.
Y'all figure it out. See how much fun y'all
Nah,
have.
I said I give money and that's it, y'all. Because he doesn't really have male cousins. So all of the cousins in this area, like his father's eldest brother has boys, but they're like in Maine or somewhere, like Midwest area. So he doesn't really get to play with a lot of boys except for his friends. So he was like, I just want an all boys sleepover because usually it's my nieces and him.
That is true.
So he's like,
Talk
all
about being
boys.
overrun by women.
It's him, yeah.
Poor
And I
baby.
feel bad, and that's why I'm like, whenever he says stuff like that, I don't take offense to it. Enjoy your life, have fun, and do you. Y'all can have, y'all got the whole apartment to yourself, and I'm gonna be doing me. So I was like, it literally worked out so good. I'm gonna do me, and then around 1 and 2, we come back. I'm gonna slide right through that door and go to my room, shut it, and be in there. Like, hope y'all have fun. Yeah. That's it. But yeah. So what did I do this weekend?
Yeah, what did you do?
Friday. I don't think I did much. Friday, I hung out with my son and we watched. Oh, my sister came over and we had watched some episodes. What is that show called? Oh my gosh. The movie, oh my god, I'm gonna sound so crazy. And all I can think about is wax on and wax off right now.
Karate Kid.
Yes, thank you.
The one with Jaden Smith or the original?
No, the original, but we didn't watch that. We watched the show that is from it. What? Cobra Kai. It was gonna come. I was working through it. So she was watching some other movie with one of my Spanish loves, Gina. Yes, Gina from the Virgin show. Why could I not think of shit today?
Jane the Virgin?
Yes.
What she's from? I don't know her actual name.
Yes, but I love her, and she's apparently in a new movie that's on Netflix. And my sister was watching part of it, and I was doing other stuff, and I had left to get food or whatever, and I came back and they were watching it, and I was like, this is interesting, but I don't understand what the fuck's going on, so you got to cut it off because I wanted to see it. So she got mad, but so we watched Cobra Kai, and then Saturday I was supposed to go on a date thing, but I didn't.
What happened?
It just didn't work out.
The normal someone bullshitted?
No, it was, so I think we talked last time about preferences, and you know, if I was being too
do's and don'ts for you.
And so I still was like, okay, I could still go out with the person, but it wasn't going to be really a date. It was just, which I told him.
So the person that you vetted and you're like, you don't meet my criteria.
And we had the conversation.
Okay.
But then I was like, because we were supposed to meet at 12, but he gets off. We had scheduled to meet at 12 like a couple days ago, but he gets off like at 6 or 8, something like that. And so I was like, well, I want you to be able to go home and go to sleep, because otherwise it's not going to be enjoyable for you. I may still have fun, but it doesn't, you're not going to have fun. You're going to be falling asleep. So I was like, we could do it around, 4 o'clock. And then I hit him up because I really was in my writing. So this weekend, literally outside of, I didn't really do much besides writing. Like all I did was a bunch of writing. So I was really into my writing. I took a break and I was like, hey, are you able to move, meet a little bit earlier. I think I met him Friday, yes. Are you able to meet a little bit early? I don't remember when I met him, whatever. Are you able to meet a little bit earlier? And he was like, well, I actually forgot that I have a DMV appointment at 4:15 on Saturday. And so I was like, okay, so me earlier I thought would work better, because you have your 4:15 appointment. And so I was like, meeting earlier, would work better. And he was like, well, earlier maybe, but I don't, he said, because he wanted to go the pizza place is where we're supposed to go, which is a place I've never been before. So that's where I was interested in going. And then he was like, well, we can go to Chipotle, which is, in Norfolk, the water side. And I was like, well, I don't want to go to Chipotle, to be honest. Like, if that's really where you want to go, I'm fine with it. Because, again, it's not a date, so whatever. I just prefer to go somewhere that I've never been before, especially because we were talking about the pizza place. And he was like, well, I won't have enough time to get the pizza. And I was like, but that doesn't make sense to me. If we're meeting at like 2 something, pizza takes 2 hours. And you're silent. And so I was like, you know what? It seems like you're busy. So we can just not do it. And then, maybe reschedule a different time. And he was like, no, we can still do Chipotle or maybe afterwards. And I just didn't really communicate after that. So that's how that went. But I got writing done. So that literally was my goal for this weekend. My deadline is the 29th of June, which is around the corner.
Yes. It is not much backdoor.
It's literally, yes. So it's like at the edge of my fence, and it's almost at my door. So I was like, you know what? This is just perfect. So literally, I just wrote. One of my friends came over. We hung out. I drank like that much, and then hung out and chilled. And that was it. And then Sunday, I literally wrote until I got my son, and we watched Death Note.
Ooh.
And we finished. What's the show? It's coming to me. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I need to watch it. I've heard about it. I've been given a timeline of it and like what and all transpired. It seems very interesting.
It is. So when you watch it, we could definitely discuss it because there's some things. Yes, we'll discuss it.
Okay.
So watch that. I love it, but I also love Anthony Mackie. So I don't think there's anything that he's ever been in. I was like, oh, that's super trash. So, but I love him.
I watched $1 Million Baby over the weekend. Didn't realize he was in it.
I don't think I've seen it.
You haven't seen $1 Million Baby?
Nope, I don't think so.
Interesting. Okay, well then, nonetheless, proceed.
Yeah, so definitely know he was in it. So I'll probably watch it now, but
he's not a main character by any means.
Oh, so that's probably why. But I may still watch it. But no, I've never seen it. People say to watch it, but you know, I have
it's
so
a very
many
heavy movie. You gotta be prepared to.
But you can't watch the other movie.
Okay, no. There's whoa, that is way different.
Heavy.
Way different. No, this is heavy, like emotionally heavy, not like traumatic heavy. Yeah, I don't mean traumatic heavy.
All her is excuses.
No, I'm not giving you excuses. I'm not giving none excuses. I'm giving you what I want. It ain't an excuse.
But we gonna watch it.
It's not like I want to do
it. That's what I'm gonna do. Mandatory on my birthday weekend. We're gonna watch the movie.
Well, it's great that I'm planning it, and that's not in the plan.
But it could be.
No, ma'am.
Girl,
liquor in that movie, I am super good. I'm super good.
We can do it on that Sunday.
I'm super good.
That Sunday night, we can watch it, get a little punt, make a little punt.
No. I'm already sacrificing for taking shots on your birthday. Don't
Well, that's
push
mandatory,
it.
and I already said that.
So don't push it.
That is
don't
mandatory. Y'all have to understand that on my birthday weekend, any part of my birthday that you're spending with me, it is mandatory at least one shot. And you're spending literally almost every day. So you know that's at least 4 shots, right?
You guys know my skin is literally crawling thinking about bleh.
But that is literally bleh. Since I have been able to drink is literally a mandatory thing.
Bleh.
So it's
I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, I'm sorry, not really. It's okay. You'll be fine.
So because I'm doing that, we're definitely not watching that movie.
Fine, we'll watch it on the 5th.
I'll be somewhere else. I don't know what to tell you.
Whatever. But yeah, so that's really what I did. We finished watching that, watched a couple episodes of Death Note. Only got 6 more to go of that. And just hung out, bro.
So I actually finished a series that we mutually watched together this weekend. I didn't realize that this was going to be the last season of this show. Shameless.
Oh, I have not seen.
I watched the entire last season.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't. Oh yeah, I definitely knew. I heard it was not a good season. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But I love V. And I love her husband. I love him. He's always funny. And I love Lip, even though he annoys me sometimes. I really like all of them except for Debbie.
That part.
Like, she just works my nerves on all different levels.
It's such a shame because I feel like there are aspects of all of them from like what I've gone through, being like an oldest child. Like I feel like there's phases of all of them that I can relate to. Especially Fiona. And I was so sad when they let her go. Like you can tell that's why the show ended. She was the show. Like why? Anyway,
she definitely was the show. Cause she was crazy as fuck. So yeah, she definitely was crazy and did whatever the fuck she wanted. But she took care of her family. So that nothing past that point is what she did. Even when she was annoyed, even at the end, she gave them that money. Like, she didn't have to do none of that shit, and she did it. So, yes. But the father also makes the show because, well, sir.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just, I feel like even though there is a super dysfunctional family, I feel like I understand parts of every single one of those characters, including Debbie. The last season, you really, really, really understand, while it's still super annoying and Debbie does it in her Debbie way, you really start to get a peek of who Debbie is. And, like, understand why she is. Like, truly.
Because
she's got abandonment issues. She has very hardcore abandonment issues.
Well, they were all abandoned.
So certain children, okay, so there's, and I was talking to my friend about this over the weekend. There are people who can know it, do it, get past it. Like, can understand what's going on, but I've got to put my shit aside and I've got to fucking hustle.
Mm-hmm.
That is Fiona. That
Mm-hmm.
is Lip. I understand what's going on. There's going to be some hiccups along the way, but I've got to do X, Y, Z. I need to provide.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Debbie, she is one of those people who she has to express her feelings.
Mm-hmm.
She has to make her feelings heard. She has to be validated. And when she's not, she melts and she's out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And while Liv and Fiona understood that Frank was not a parent to grasp to, Debbie still wanted that connection.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell in the very early seasons, Debbie very dearly tried to cling on to Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she always wanted to save him. And so, as she got older, that pretty much scarred her. It's more ways to her than others. It probably scarred them too,
Mm-hmm.
but the way that she goes through her emotions and she feeds through that
Mm-hmm.
is way different than them. So her decisions are way differently impacted because of that.
Yeah. I don't know, she's annoying. I probably won't watch. I may, because I've watched like literally all the other seasons. So we'll see, but I just
Did you watch the last one, the season 10?
I watch every single season.
The
except
last one without Fiona is almost the same exact one as the next one. It's just like,
so the last thing I remember is so I don't know if I watched maybe the full season. So the last thing I do remember is V and the hubby were moving to where V's mama moved to.
you watched the last season. That's the last season.
Oh, well then, yeah. Well,
So did you watch?
I don't know if that was the last. No, I
No.
think that was the last episode. So I maybe
But
watched parts
it was the
of
last season.
Yeah,
that you
so
watched.
I
That was the
remember
last season.
that part because he was bartending and he made a lot of money.
Yes, that was the last season.
So
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
episode that was, the last one that I remember. So I don't know when that was. That was the first episode or the third one. That's the last episode that I watched.
That was pretty much setting up where, because I
Everybody
really
was
wish
going
they
their own
could.
way.
I wish they would have done it. My thing with it, because that was like maybe 3, maybe 4. That was maybe 2 or maybe 3 episodes prior to the last episode that you watched. It was pretty much setting up where everyone's going to go, but I wish they would have gone a bit deeper into like where all their journeys were going to lead them, because you're so invested
Mm-hmm.
with all of them.
Well, we knew where the VN one was gonna go. And
I mean, yeah, that one was pretty obvious. I mean,
I don't know where what's the name gonna go.
they laid for the most part the foundation. Like Ian moves to the west side with Mickey.
Yes, I remember that. And then they were at this apartment. Mickey did not like it at all.
That's because he's
Southside?
Yeah, I mean, he's Southside, but he doesn't know any different.
Yes.
So he doesn't understand not living in chaos. He doesn't understand living in a place where you can feel safe and comfortable at.
Yes. So there was that, and then I know that they were selling the house, and Lip was redoing the new house that he bought, whatever house.
He was renting it, but then that got sold out under him because of how well he was remodeling it. So he was going to get a home. He was remodeling the house he was living in, but he was renting that. And when the homeowner, because they also did this during COVID times, and when properties are something like this, like hotcakes and like being overpriced. So when the landlord saw like Lip doing so well with his renovations, he was like, I'm about to put this bitch on the market, and like literally sold it from under their feet. So Lip was going to get a place with his girlfriend and their child. Debbie, they really left her in limbo. There was this wild, chaotic ass woman that she met.
Yes, from some previous episodes that I don't recall.
I don't recall either.
Yeah, but apparently she's from previous episodes. Some with Lip, I thought, is what it was saying or something. Or maybe I just missed, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she was crazy. And that's the last thing I remember from her is that they, she had put like a gun or a fake knife or something on Debbie, like when she was running from police or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last thing I remember.
Yeah, they were talking about them going to Texas. Her and her daughter moving to Texas with her. Yeah. Who else was there? Liam.
She just screamed.
Liam's gonna live with Philip. with Lip.
I would have seen that.
Um,
Because they are both very smart, and I wish that Lip wouldn't have gone through what he had to go through, because he could have been. And
I
it
would
just
love to
shows
watch.
what happens, like when you have certain vices or addictions, how like you can be all the way up here. Like he could have literally did any fucking
Yes.
thing, and then his addiction changed his whole shit.
And you should give Liam a show. I think it'd be great for them to follow. I feel like Liam was just getting into the stride of like his character, but he was old enough to have his own entire role and his personality.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like following Liam through teenage years. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, because Lip would also be in it. I really love Lip, so I've always he was one of my favorite. Lip, as well as fucking Carl. Carl crazy as fuck. He is crazy.
And then he was a police officer.
Yes, which I would have never ever guessed from season 1 to now. Absolutely not. Like he went from, he's still crazy, but he went from super chaotic and whatever the fuck, he just, I don't even know, him, to now a fucking police officer.
But he's like Robin Hood. He would specifically like look for people who were gentrifying the area and would pretty much set them up to get caught when they were doing shit they weren't supposed to, because they have a privilege to them that hasn't told them no otherwise.
Yep. And so so I may watch it. I don't know, like to finish it out, but those, Carl, I would watch Carl's stuff too, because he's just crazy.
Yeah.
But he's definitely, his character is about to play my husband in the show Power.
Ooh.
When they were younger kids.
Wait, what?
Have you ever watched the show?
Carl's about to be in Power?
Have you ever seen the show Power?
Uh-huh.
So, do you know the main?
Tommy?
Yes.
He's going to play young Tommy?
Yeah.
What?
And one of the, because they have like
he's going to be so fucking good at that.
Bitch.
It's like an actual show, like he's going to be like a star in that show. Like
he's going to be Tommy.
So I don't know if there's like 1 or 2 episodes.
No, it's the actual physical, based on
money.
Based on what I've seen, is that because Power has their separate things now, so you had the regular Power, now you have Ghost, which is dealing with Tariq. Now the new one's about to come out is actually on my mom's birthday, July 18th, dealing with Kanan, so how his upbringing is. Then they have the spin-off with just Tommy, so Tommy and what he's doing, because he went to Cali, so his spin-off. Then you have the spin-off dealing with how young Tommy and young Ghost grew up with young Tommy. Based on what we saw, again, it could have been people faking, but based on it looked like it was real, is him playing it. And I said, bitch, I'm in it. The one that I really want to see is my boy Tommy's one, and I will fucking watch that. I'm going to watch all of them, but the Tommy one, because Tommy's fucking crazy. Like, I am so excited for whatever
I will
they
really
do.
watch it. I have not watched anything else. I watched a little bit of like the Power Book one or something.
The regular Power Book or the one where...
The one with Tariq.
Oh, so yes, that's the Power Book.
So I watched a little bit of that one. That's to the extent of me watching any of the franchise. But because of there's something about Ghost I don't really like. Ghost. I don't like him as an actor. I don't know why. It's just nothing about him. But anyways, Carl, if he's playing young Tommy for real, I will watch it just because. Because I just love watching him.
Yeah, and I don't think the real Ghost is going to be in that. Because again, I think it may be like later on, but I think it's supposed to be their upbringing and how they got into where they got into.
Oh boy, he get into the money coming straight off of Shameless to that. You get into the money.
And he about to play the fuck out that part. Like when I saw that, I said that was perfect. Like I can't imagine anyone else that would play that part. That is literally
everybody mad.
Perfect. So I'm so excited for when those two come out. The Tommy one, because I love me some Tommy, and then that one. The Tariq one is not bad. I never liked Tariq in the original Power, but in the spinoff, I like him a lot better.
Gotcha.
Because he doesn't do what he did before, so he's had to grow the fuck up, and so he, he's changed. And Tommy had like a cameo, I think, in an episode or two. So when those episodes come out, I was already like, oh yeah, that's my boo. Tommy could get it. Not the not the physical person, but Tommy.
The character.
Yes.
Persona.
Yes. Tommy the persona could get it. But the physical actor, he is opposite of his character. When I heard him talking on Breakfast Club, I was like, hold on, that's not Tommy.
I definitely seen him on an episode of Grey's Anatomy. I sent it to my sister ASAP. He was on an episode of Grey's Anatomy where he like had this big ass belly and they thought he was pregnant.
It's not Tommy. It is Thomas.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know, but it's just he talks definitely different. He is literally not Tommy, and I was really hoping that he was. I really was.
It's acting, my dear.
I know, but you know sometimes it really be who they are. But he act the fuck out of that time. Like
You know what? I'm sure some parts of his life he be ready to cut.
Probably, but it just when he talks, it won't the same. It won't. I just was like, no, not the fantasy. No.
R.I.P.
So I had to turn it off because I was sad. I was like, damn it, because I was hoping he was gonna talk like it. I was like, oh yes,
just ruined it for you.
But then when he started talking, he was like, and yes, and I was like, what? Now, who is this?
It's theater.
So yeah, but I love him. So yes, so I'm excited for all of this. I don't know how we got into that, but yeah.
Well, that sounds like we had a good weekend.
It was a long ass week. Yeah.
I don't know. It was so lackluster the end of Shameless. I just had to bring it up and say, 'cause I know you watched it too. I just had to. Yeah, we had a whole conversation about it once it ended and how we felt about it. But you know, let me know how you feel about it if you watch the rest.
I will. They may do a fee spinoff if they pay her enough money. Because she was upset she won't
She
get
just
enough
had a
money.
baby. In real life, she just had a baby. Yeah, she didn't post it on social media or anything. And then she just gave birth and posted it.
Okay. She had free time, baby. Free time,
Oh,
as you can tell by COVID, baby.
Sheesh.
That shit. She was having a good time.
Sheesh.
So yeah, I don't know. But talking about TV shit, did you hear about Ludacris and his daughter producing an animated? Was it like a film? No, a film. I think it was animated movie coming on Netflix.
Oh yeah. I think his eldest daughter. I think it's named like the show itself is named after his daughter. Karma's World. I think his eldest daughter's name is Karma. So that's real nice that he's going to be able to introduce these things to like his children and they get to be a part of it.
Yes, I love it. That is so beautiful. Like I don't know what else to say besides that, but I don't know. I think that's just a great connection between you and your child doing something together, but also he's putting her into the world. Like that's something that she wants to do is what I'm assuming. So then he's also supporting her. Not necessarily doing the work for her, but supporting her and making sure that she has, you know, whatever she needs in order to succeed. So I absolutely love it.
Absolutely.
I was like, okay, Daddy, you better do it. And he expected with his wife and all.
Yes. Yes.
So you better go ahead and fucking do it.
That's pretty awesome. He has really been dipping and dabbling in a lot of different stuff, and he's still fine as hell. But
you know he better be in a movie that we're probably going to watch on July 5th.
Yes.
You know what it's called?
It's a Fast and Furious.
Yes! Even though they get on my nerves and they keep making them, it's just I have to watch them because I've literally watched every single one. Even the ones that I don't care about, I've literally watched every single one.
So, I haven't watched any of them since Paul Walker has actually passed and was in the full movie himself.
Oh, okay.
So the one with his brother CGI'd in.
Well, that's only at the end, by the way.
But I didn't watch
that one
either.
Oh, yeah. Literally, he's in the entire movie except maybe the last 10 minutes of it where they do. It's like the beach scene and then the driving away scene. So it's literally maybe 10. I will maybe say 15.
It just has gotten to the point like it's so
crazy.
Far off base from where they started. Like,
but I'm excited.
These bitches going to space at some point. Like literally, like they're astronauts racing in space. I knew you were about to say.
It's supposed to stop at 11. It's supposed to stop at 11.
How many they're at? They're not at 11
They're
already?
9.
They're already shit. I feel like they pop these bitches out every
I'm
other
gonna go with
month.
this is 9. Fast 9. Yes, I think this is 9.
You
But
know it's Fast
I
9?
have to watch this because it has my Asian boo in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sad that they should not have told us because that kind of ruined it. Like, if I was in the movie theater and his ass popped up, then the excitement would have been so, even though I'm still excited, but I guess because they wanted to make sure people go see it.
Yes.
So I definitely get it, but I would have been, because I would have seen it anyway, but I would have been so excited. Like when his ass popped up on the screen, like, bitch, what? Bitch,
Yeah,
what?
they had to encourage people to come watch it.
Which, that is the reason why a lot of people are going, like, how the fuck is he still alive? Where the fuck has he been in the last 3 fucking movies?
And isn't that Superwoman's man?
But she's dead.
She about to come back.
She fell off, I don't know.
An airplane, right? Was she the one connected to the car?
She fell off the, I think he was holding on to her, but her ass, she couldn't,
She probably like dipped inside the car real quick and she somehow landed on the road, Fast Furious style, and drove off.
I don't know about that. But maybe, they try to come up with crazy shit. Some of the stuff I definitely am like, this don't make no damn sense, but I'm gonna fucking watch it. But also, what comes out in July is, do you know what other movie we're probably gonna watch? It's a Marvel movie.
Everybody mad. I don't know.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
I can't be friends with her no more. She don't know.
Oh, hold up. I definitely got you last.
Marvel?
I do watch Marvel. It just varies my interest in Marvel. I
Well,
prefer
Black
Marvel
Widow
over
is her
DC.
own. It's her own movie though, so she's getting her own.
Weird. I don't really fucks with Black Widow like that. The Scarlet Girl, I fucks with her. I mean Scarlet.
That's
with
Black
the Vision.
Widow. Scarlet.
What, who's the girl with
Scarlett
Mr. Wanda?
Johansson.
No.
Is Black Widow.
Who's the girl who's with WandaVision?
Wanda.
That's her name. What's her?
Yes.
What's her like? What's her like superhero name? Does she have a superhero name or no?
Why are you laughing?
You can tell me now. Does she not have a superhero name?
I just know her name is Wanda. I don't know. She's okay.
I love her.
She was.
I don't. Black Widow. Okay, let me rephrase. I don't like Scarlet like that.
No.
Scarlett Johansson as an actress as a whole, she's beautiful, but it's almost like J-Lo.
Absolutely not.
I don't buy into no. It's not there for me. I just don't see it. I'm not saying her acting is as trash as hers, but I just don't see emotion with her when she's. It's just.
Well, a lot of
she's
her
a very pretty. All of her roles, not just Black Widow.
Okay, I would say, Black Widow, absolutely. She doesn't have emotion. That's what she was taught was not to. So that's her whole thing. And a lot of her movies, I think a lot of hers are non-emotional things. I don't remember a movie where she had to be emotional. But again, I don't know if I can say I watch all of hers. But I love Black Widow, so I watched that.
I didn't like her. So.
Oh, well, I'll be watching that movie.
It'll be on Disney. You can have it.
Goodbye. So I'll be watching that movie. But, so I'm excited about Ludacris. I don't know how we got into it, because I was saying what movie he's about to be in. So, yes, I'm excited about that. I'm going to have to watch it. My son's not going to want to watch it, but I may make him. I'm like, well, this is a father and his daughter doing something, and Jonathan said that he wants to write comic books. So I said, maybe you can, I maybe put that in there.
Flip it, reverse it versus father and daughter. It's mother and son. Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
So it's if you want to do you have to be able to put in the work. There's work that got to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. And it's a lot of work. Animation takes, I'm quite sure, a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely,
it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm so happy that we're able. I feel like a lot of times we discuss. I mean, cultural stuff is all about sensationalism and digging at people and being messy, but with Ludacris and then recently Pharrell, I feel like it's just good stuff that people want to talk about. Yes, Pharrell's representing. He's about to open a private school for low-income families in Virginia, specifically in the 757 in Norfolk.
Yes,
in the Ghent area.
Yup, I used to party in those streets over there. I used to frequent that area.
Frequent.
I said frequent, not freaknik. But now when I was younger, we used to go out there all the time.
Oh yeah, because that's not too far from ODU campus.
Yeah. So,
right.
So is he doing all grades or just?
So it's grades 3 through 5.
Okay.
Right now, I haven't seen anything that says like what the requirements are or what you have to do to qualify to be in it. But yeah, it's grades 3 through 5 at this point, and it's cute private school. Like I'm very interested to see what that looks like. Is it almost going to be like how Oprah has done like her school?
I don't know what that is, so I don't know.
She created a school in Africa for women, for girls. And it's like their own, community outside. They do their schooling, and it's like they have privileges, and that normally they don't have in that area. So I'm wondering if this is gonna be this, something similar. Like they're able to understand that they can have more
other opportunities
access
out
to
there.
more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one thing that I did see that he was going to do like teaching that was specific for like individuals.
Mm-hmm. Like
so,
your learning style?
Yes, which I think that's how school should be anyway. Because not everyone learns the same fucking way. So just you can't say that a child is less than or stupid or whatever you want to say. Maybe that teacher or maybe, the curriculum is only providing, well not maybe, it is only providing one teaching. So not everyone learns that fucking way. So why wouldn't you have different curriculums for different type of learning styles? Some people can listen to shit and get it. Mm-hmm. And be like, that's it, I got it. They can repeat that shit back, understand it. Mm-hmm. Some people have to be able to write, and that takes more time than someone just being able to listen. Some people have to do a lot of fucking studying, some don't. Some is a visual person where they have to look at pictures or look at this or look at that. But all you give is fucking notebooks. Mm-hmm. And you're like, write this down. That is not helping. Yeah. I definitely was not that person. I was more of a visual. Like that's how I always had to do my notes. Like I do fucking drawings. I can't draw, but I would do a drawing. I would do acronyms, make something. And music always helped me. So like you have to figure out what helps children. Like I usually would study with certain songs. Like even when I do my writing now, I have certain songs that I play when I'm in the groove and I just write. And that's just how I am. But you're like, everyone be quiet. You can't do this. But what if children need to have music? And that helps them to study. Like, it's just, I don't know. So hopefully he does all of those things, incorporates different things into the learning style, the curriculum, so that all children can succeed instead of certain ones.
That's awesome. That's definitely awesome. He's bringing that back home. I feel like he does so much to contribute to the area. Mm-hmm. So keep doing it. That's awesome.
Facts. If you need some volunteers for real, ask me. I'm in the area, okay?
What you volunteering for?
Whatever. That's cool. I would volunteer.
To do what?
I can teach math. And that's about it. Okay. No, I can teach. I cannot teach history. History bores me to death. It's something that you should know, but I get bored. Like that was a class that
you need to have a passion
absolutely hated going to. Mm-hmm. Even today, if you ask me a question that I should know, I probably would not know. Only reason I knew it then is because I had to study for it on a test. I absolutely dislike history. And it may be because we didn't really learn a lot about black history. It was all, unfortunately about Western shit and all this other shit and slavery. And so why the fuck I want to know about
that? I can see that.
Why do I want to know about what black people did and contributed outside of, what they say? They don't really give a lot. So it's like, I don't care about it. So that was just me. I didn't care. I absolutely hated going to history class. Only reason I enjoyed it was my teacher. He made it fun. Like we always did games and stuff, but other than that, and that's the only time I enjoyed history class. So he was like, all right, we're going to do a pop quiz game or whatever, and if you, depending on how many points you got, it would be added to your test. So then I would always make sure that around the times we were having a test, it's usually about a week before, he would do the pop quiz thing, that I would study so that if I didn't really feel like studying for the physical test, my points would be added, and bitch, I still got an 8.
Okay,
you know?
Look, life is all about a good finesse.
Facts. And he always would give bonus questions at the end about some crazy shit. Like, I don't even remember. He was like, so last week I was talking about X, Y, and Z. What else did I say? And I was like, oh, I remember that. But again, I'm visual, And he would always say funny shit. So whenever he said funny shit, I would remember it. So he would like, what I talk about, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I remember that shit. Because he was like, ha, da, 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 da. And I was like, ah. So again, it just, yeah. So I think it's important. And hopefully schools in general will change how they teach. Mm-hmm. Unlikely, but hopefully.
Touche.
But yeah, that was good. I hope that all that works out. And hopefully maybe after a bit and he gets it flowing, he's able to open it up for more children or more grades. So yeah,
absolutely. I wonder if there is a method behind the age group that he is choosing to target with this program.
That is a really great question. I don't know, because I would assume you want to get them like at the beginning, but it's also between 3 and 5. You're literally learning a lot of the, I don't want to say foundation, because in first and second grade you're really learning, your ABC, well, kindergarten's ABCs, but your addition and subtraction. So I think maybe just preparing.
Well, depending on what type of school you're in, what type of system it is, that's right before you head up to middle school.
Yeah, so it's probably that is to make sure you're aware of what your possibilities are prior to going to middle, because middle school is literally the start of everything. Back in the day, I think they just took it from, like, to go to college, it was 9th grade they started looking at, or 12th, 11th grade, what was it?
9th.
And now I think they look at all of it.
Oh, shit.
Like, middle school, like, they try to look at, I guess, several years of your grade, all of that stuff, so I don't know.
Ooh.
So
that would be good, but still, that's a lot. There's the kids that go through a lot of transformation
in middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah. So I guess it also depends. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, for real, hit me up, boo. Okay. I'll help out.
Well, bouncing from the good stuff, we always got to hit on it all.
Oh, Lord.
So, K. Michelle posted a photo on Instagram, and not gonna hold you, didn't realize it was K. Michelle in the slightest. Like, there were some people who were like, I didn't recognize her. I'm like, I knew that's who that was. Like, they play that all the time with, like, Khloe Kardashian. But I didn't recognize her. I could clearly tell that was Khloe Kardashian every single time they do that, or her. But with K. Michelle, I truly did not recognize her. I thought she looked more like Monique Slaughter. Are you familiar with who she is?
The Lil Fizz girl, right?
Yes.
A big mama?
Yeah. She definitely favored Monique Slaughter the first time that I saw her, and that's who I thought she was. And when I realized it was K. Michelle, I was like, wow. Like, her eyes look different, her nose look different, cheeks, like... But K. Michelle has a very unique face structure. And for all that in the photo to seem like it was completely different, I was like, wow.
Yeah. But I think it was her angle, right? Is what she was trying to say or something. But in that picture, it definitely looked different. And her nose looked different.
It looked very... Either it was very contoured or she did something to her nose. Yeah. It was very thin.
So it looks like it probably was just a very filtered picture, too. So.
Yeah, because she did go on and do a live afterwards. And it broke my heart because she became super emotional and crying about it. But in the video, she looked like herself. Like, you could tell there was something that she had done with her face. But she was much more her face when you saw her in the video.
Yeah. So it could have just been
So I think it was a filter. But it's just so sad because everyone's like, why is she complaining about us talking about it? Because we were like, sis, you look good. Like, we weren't saying anything bad. But it's like, y'all just want to, regardless, you're making my body a spectacle. And you can tell that she does what she does to her body to appease others. That's what happened with her, what was it?
Her butt?
I don't know if they were implants or, I think they were implants.
Mm-hmm.
It's what's been going on with her for Lord knows how long. She almost lost her life off those butt implants.
Well.
So, regardless if it's good or bad, just stop talking about her body. It doesn't matter if you're praising her for it. She's looking for her own validation. So, your external is not going to make her feel better. So, regardless if you think that, oh, I'm praising you, so you should be happy, you shouldn't be upset that we're talking about it. No, because she's still, like, looking and searching for who she is. If she's still modifying her body, even after she just went through this life-altering surgery she did to remove those implants. Like, I don't understand. I say I don't understand why people don't get it, but then I'm like, also, like, I do get why people don't understand it, because they don't give a fuck about other people. They don't care enough to look past, like, the surface level stuff with people, and to understand why it still may be as harmful to say to her, you look good, or pointing out that she looks different, when all she wants to do, like, usually people doing that is to fit in. They're not doing it to stand out. And so like her posting it and like a million people pointing out she looks different does not satisfy the means to the end that she was looking for.
Well, I understand the look different one. If they said she looked good, then
everyone was saying she looked good, but they were saying in the same breath of saying you look good, you look different, but you look good. Like that same, it's 2 in 1.
So okay, I didn't know if it was they were just saying you look good, and then so if they just said you look good, then I don't see anything wrong with it. They're saying you look good. If they said, you're different looking,
no, they're definitely saying different. Sis, I can tell you got something done with your nose, but it looks great.
Okay,
pretty much is what it was.
Yeah. Well.
So it's just sad to see, especially like black women of color in general, but black women specifically, like change their features to fit in. You've got little Kim who looks drastically different.
Oh, baby.
She's changed so much.
That's not better.
You got Hazel. I'm not sure if you're familiar with who she is.
I've heard of her. I don't know what she looks like.
She's changed her body very drastically.
But that's something you have to do with yourself as well, though. So, unfortunately, you can't blame the world. That is something internally that you have to deal with in relation to yourself. People commenting on your stuff, I get that, especially if they're saying something negative or whatever. But you have to realize that if you're changing things about yourself, that means there's something inside that you need to figure out, which we go through all the time. That means maybe you need to see a counselor. Why are you wanting to change yourself? Regardless if it's for your boyfriend Bob, which you should never do, or if it's
society.
Yes, for society. If you're changing something about yourself, it should be because you physically, mentally, emotionally went through all of those things and you realize, I believe, because again, you're never going to know for sure, I believe that if I change this, I will feel better. Even if you do that, you have to realize that you shouldn't have to change something about yourself to feel better. That is, again, something you should speak to someone about.
Right.
So hopefully she seeks internally maybe something that she's going through that she needs to figure out, because you're changing your body, whether it's for good, for bad, whatever it is, whether it's get a butt, a boob, a stomach, nose, ears, whatever, whether getting any of that done, that's not going to change how you feel about yourself. So you need to figure that out. And then if you still want to change your body and you go through that emotional state, then that's fine. But you shouldn't just change it because, oh, well, this person over here, everyone loves her body, so I'm going to get something similar. No, fuck that. God did not make us all the same way for a reason.
Right.
So, regardless if you got a fat ass or a flat ass, be okay with it. If you're not okay with it, why are you not okay with it? Those are questions you need to ask yourself before changing. Why are you not okay with it? Is it because you want a bigger ass? And that could just be it. Maybe you just want something to grab on yourself. Maybe you're just like, you know what? I ain't got that.
Right.
Or is it because men you used to date or women you used to date or whoever you used to date is saying, well, I like my man or my woman to have a bigger ass, and then, other people say it, so then, or they joke you about having a flat ass, or maybe your ass is super fucking huge and they're like, damn, why is your ass so big? And you want to get it shrunk.
A reduction.
But why do you have to do those things?
I agree.
Understand why before you do anything.
Right.
Because some of these things you can change and some you can't. So you go in and get in those butt implants, as you said, that is a life-altering thing, but also trying to get them removed, that's another life-altering thing that you can lose your life over. If a butt implant leaks, that is life-altering. That's stuff into your blood, into your strength. Like, it's so much that can go into that, and that, I don't know. Because I've thought about getting, not implants, but, what's it called?
The Brazilian?
No, where you move it. Fat transfer. I thought about doing that, so my own fat transfer into my ass. And sometimes I go back and forth. And again, I always have to think about, why do I want to do it? And yes, I would like to have a bigger booty because I ain't got much back there. But I work with what I work with, I ain't got that many complaints. And if you complain, then, sir, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Apparently we aren't meant to be, which is fine. But if I am to change anything, it's because I want to. But every time I think about it, it's usually because someone says something. I'm like, well, maybe I'll get it. And then I realize, well, why the fuck do I really want to do that?
Right. Makes sense.
If you don't like to grab on my little flat ass, baby, you can still smack that bitch. If you don't like to grab on it, That can't help you. Grabbing my thigh. I got some meat. Hurt.
There you go. There you go.
I got some meat here. Grab on a titty.
Make it work.
You know what I'm saying?
Make it work.
Grab on my neck.
That I definitely I fuck with you on that.
You know, there's
Like
plenty of
anything.
other things you can grab onto, and depending on a position, the ass might be a little jiggly too, so you can smack it at that. You know, it may not be plump in your hands at one point, but in a different position, you're like, oh shit, maybe that's not it back there. So, you know, the right person will love what you already have.
Right.
Period.
Yes.
And if they don't, then guess what?
Mm-hmm.
What are they not?
They got it. They gotta go. They ain't
Right.
real. They gotta go.
And they ain't the right motherfucking person. Anyways.
So yeah, that was just something that was very, very interesting. Something else that has I don't know.
You, baby, yeah, that's all I say. Baby, you throw me away. I want you to desert it so much more. I wanna cater to you. So the talk around this is what?
So I'm not really sure who lit the internet on fire with this one.
They lit it. There was a
Lit it and it's been gone ever since, baby.
Was it like a small fire or like a whole
by the time I seen
bonfire?
it, by the time I was seeing it, it was lit.
Oh.
By the time I seen it, it was all.
It was like a
lit.
wood. It was like a forest fire.
It's like trying to trying to douse it with shit. Like I don't know. So essentially, what the thing is that people are saying cater to you. Dusty Shot, if you don't know.
Man, which is an old song.
So many women are reviewing these song lyrics and essentially calling them like misogynistic. Like they're putting women in the servant role. Some people even call it like a slave song. Yes. Yeah.
Not a slave song.
Yes. Like pretty much putting the woman in a slave position, not literal slave song, but some of the lyrics, some of the ones that they had like quoted, I'm pulling up the lyrics, are "My life would be purposeless without you." Let me take off your shoes. Whatever you desire, I'll supply it. Like things like that. So talking about doing a manicure, obviously, like people were literally like acting like they were in like legitimate disgust to look back through this, because the entire song is saying how much, you know, she is
Catering to him. That's the fucking name of the song.
Yes.
It cater to you. That is the literal words of the fucking song.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
If y'all can't see, hold on. I'm blinking real fast because I just.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't figure this out back then. So y'all just figured. So y'all bored.
Yeah, I don't know who. Someone was going through it, but singing a song. I'm like, I'll push your hair. Put your do-rag on. I'm confused. Like, what is the problem in doing that for your significant other? Whether if you want to keep it female to male, if you want to even flip that, male to female, if you want to flip that more, male to male, woman to woman, however you decide to flip, dip, rub that relationship, I see zero problem with ever like pleasing, catering to, being submissive to at any point in a relationship with your significant other, whether that's your all around roles, your once in a while roles with the person. I think that's actually a healthy balance for that to be there on both sides of the relationship. But a slave though?
It's definitely
Is
not.
misogynistic?
No. It is submissiveness.
Right.
Is really what that song is. Is saying that they're catering to their man, or again in any situation their significant other. And so there is absolutely nothing wrong with catering to what?
I'll let you finish. A tweet that came to my mind just came up.
What?
Someone saying, y'all bitching about cater to you, but y'all not saying nothing about bills. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my automobiles? You thinking we can chill? I don't think you do. So you and me are through.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to cater to your man, but you want to pay all the bills.
That's what it sounds like. Yep.
Don't pick and choose.
Because that's technically him catering, or again that significant other catering to you. You want your bills paid, and guess what that person doing? Paying your bills. That's them catering to you, but you don't want to cater to them. There is absolutely nothing wrong with what they said. Whether it's rubbing his feet, rubbing his body, whether it's cooking him a meal, whether it's being butt ass naked when he walked through the door, because you know that's what he gonna like because he had a hard day at work. Whether it's making sure the house is clean. Not saying it has to be everything that you do every single day, but if you are a stay-at-home person, again, I don't know if you're a male, female, whatever. If you're a stay-at-home person, unfortunately, that is your job.
Right.
If you don't have a physical job, guess what your job is? To make sure the motherfucking house is clean. Because if I am the breadwinner, which I don't want to be, but if I am the breadwinner and bitch, I come home, do I want to fucking clean up and all you do is stay home and do not a goddamn thing? Absolutely the fuck not.
Right.
I want to come home and be like to say, oh, thank God, the house is clean, the kitchen is clean, whatever, food is done. I don't have to think about these things. If that's what your role is, that's literally that is your job. I pay the bills. Your job is to make sure this shit, when I get home, I don't have to be worried about it.
It's not even that you're a housewife, I'm breadwinner. This is just me
doing it for you.
Doing this for you. This is almost like a love language.
Correct.
Like this is, thoughtfulness.
Correct.
This is, acts of service. That's a whole love language for one.
It is.
And I think that women specifically, speaking as one, I think so many times a lot of women get so caught up in not wanting to be in those traditional old school value and roles that they reject it so fiercely.
But it's only when it's that piece of it, not about the other person, as you said, paying the bills. Because the old roles, the man did what?
He was the breadwinner.
And the woman did what?
Stayed home, cooked, cleaned, took care of the kids.
Exactly.
Right.
But you want that man to do the old roles, but you don't want to do the old roles.
Right.
You can't do that. That's not how that works.
Right.
And even if y'all are both working, this still works out. He can cater to you or whatever your partner is, and you can cater to that person. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If in the song it said, he put a chain around my neck, then we have a question. Unless y'all like it, then bitch, that's y'all relationship.
Right.
But if he put a chain around my neck and walked me around like a dog, then I have questions. Is that something you really like?
Right.
Is this a part of maybe y'all sexual,
escapade?
Yes. Is this a part of that? Or, are you crying to me for help? Like, those are the questions I have. But if you say, no, I like it, it makes me feel whatever, then, again, that ain't got shit to do with me.
Right.
But nothing of what they're saying in there is wrong.
It's hilarious because Michelle got up on Blue Ivy's internet, as people call it, and was like, y'all just upset because y'all just out here just giving your little goodies to anybody.
Baby.
And you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Babe, you giving your goodies to anybody that ain't even paying your bills. Like, you just over here giving up the cookies or the what did you call it before? For a male? I can't believe what you said. I can't remember what you said because I think we said a pussy and you said bussy.
Bussy. But no, you can't. The bussy is the butt for the man.
Well, it's still a hole, so that's why I was making it equivalent is a hole. But giving up your goods, whether male or female, to these individuals, exactly. You giving any of that up to male or female without you getting anything in return.
And that means anything. That's not just monetary dollars.
Anything in return.
Most
what are you
not
getting?
Getting the minimum. Most of them not getting.
You know what you're getting? I'm gonna say it. You know what they're getting?
What's that?
Dick.
That's it.
Dick
a pussy, because don't get it twisted. Men be out here doing the same thing, following these little ladies around.
Facts.
Just for some kitty cat.
So you getting dick or pussy, and that is it. If that's all you want, then you have to be okay with that's all you're getting.
Right.
But if you're wanting more, well, first let me go back. You have to be okay with that's all you're getting, and you can't be mad at these songs because I can tell you right now, Jay-Z. You think he don't cater to Beyonce?
Has to.
Do you understand me?
My G.
Do you understand? He is a G, but I bet you he be rubbing on something. Whether it's booty, back, feet, neck, whatever the fuck it is. You know what he may also be doing? He probably may be throwing out on a grill, cooking.
It comes in so many different ways.
And guess what she gets in return? She gives the same thing. She puts on his do-rag. She rubs his feet. She does all of those things. And guess what they both get in return? A loving relationship, a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
They get all of these things in return. But y'all people out there in the world don't want to give, but you want to keep taking. Bitch, you ain't gonna get shit.
Yeah, no, that's not how the world works.
It's not.
You can't deplete resources and not refill them.
Exactly. So unfortunately, and if you keep doing that, you know what you're gonna get? Not a man, not a woman, or you're gonna get a bum ass person.
Someone feeling very unappreciated.
That part, you know where that person gonna go?
Ooh, wait, they have a line in the song, whatever I'm not, another woman is willing, or something like that. You got to.
And you have to realize.
That's another thing. You have to treat your significant other special as an individual. It doesn't happen. That does not. What they also said in the song does not mean that's what they do for their person every single day as well. Don't also get that twisted. That doesn't mean every single day rubbing his feet, running him a bath. That can also just be once in a while I do that. Maybe once a week, maybe twice a month.
Yeah.
I do something specifically catered and focused on you and your pleasure and your enjoyment and your fulfillment. You should be doing that vice versa. And if you're not, that's where your problem is.
Yes, all of those things. It seems that those women or men or whoever was commenting was maybe a little bitter, and it was probably from previous relationships, and it's also because they have never received it. So it seems like the people that they're dealing with have never given them those things. And maybe they were the ones giving it, so they're like, oh, this shouldn't be that type of relationship. No, it's unfortunately, you have to find someone that's on that same level.
That's definitely how that works a lot.
Yeah. Like I said, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're on that level. They have that understanding. I'm quite sure when Beyonce's feeling a type of way, Jay-Z can see it, and he's like, let me go run that baby. Let me go run my baby some bath bubble water with some lavender and light some candles so that she can feel better and whatever is going on can ease her mind. Let me play some music and some jazz in the background. Let me rub her feet. Let me give her some D. Let me order her favorite food from a restaurant. Let me get the kids out the way. Let the kids go to the grandma. And it's just going to be a us day. Matter of fact, it's going to be a her day. I'm going to do all this. I'm going to take the fucking kids. And we're going to go somewhere for the night. There are things you got to do. Rich people do that shit too. Just because you think they rich, bitch, they do that shit.
That just shows that y'all don't know how to appreciate the person you're with.
That part. Or either you're not appreciated and you're mad about it because you're doing the work and they ain't. Well, that's something you have to communicate with that partner, with that person.
Right.
It's a lot that goes into that. I don't understand why y'all upset. I cannot agree with y'all on this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it didn't make quite sense to me, and I was just kind of perplexed. I'm like, where did this come from? But I'm also like, at the same time, don't get so caught up in wanting to defy gender roles that you also completely overlook what your person needs.
Exactly. Because again, love languages is a thing, and everyone has one. Mm-hmm. Even if they don't think so, trust and believe they got one. Mm-hmm. It's one of them motherfuckers, or it could be a combination of several, but there is one that definitely they have to have. Mm-hmm. Whether it's touch, or whether it's acts of love, or service, or thoughtfulness, or whatever it may be, it's something. And so maybe the person that you're with doesn't know what your love language is, so they don't do these things. Maybe they think your love language is, what is it, gifts, right? Yes. Is a love language. And maybe it's truly not your...
Yeah, don't do the surface level bullshit work when it comes to your significant other. Yes. Don't do the bare minimum or what you think fulfills somebody in some strange way without actually knowing or what some weird shit or what yours is.
Yes, that part. A lot of people usually do what they want instead of what their partner wants or needs. And that's where the problem lies.
Right.
So you have to figure out what theirs is. If you're their partner, one, you should know. And if you don't, start asking questions. Okay, so would you prefer me to buy you a gift, or would you prefer me to set aside a day where we do things together? Mm-hmm. That is a total different thing. Buying a gift, I could buy you a purse or buy you a Gucci belt.
Tell me how pretty you are, or do you want me to touch you?
Exactly. So you have to determine what those things are. I want you to spend time with me. I don't care if you say, hey, boo, I'm going to spend a rack on this purse that you've been wanting. Or would you prefer us to just have a day where it's you and I and we connect on a different level and we do things together, where it just go on a walk or whether we cook dinner together? I prefer us to go on a walk and cook dinner together than you spend a rack on a fucking purse. Bitch, I barely wear purses, number one. But even if it was something that I truly wanted, let's say a new Apple Watch, would you prefer Apple Watch, the new one that came out, or would you prefer me to spend time? Spend time.
Yeah.
Period. That's just what I prefer. That's what I want. He, on the other hand, may prefer me to buy him a new wallet or whatever it is instead of spending time. Okay, boo, I got you. I got a wallet.
Meet your person where they need to be.
That's the key part. And that's really what the song to me is about, is being able to determine what your partner needs. And in that story, they want, their love language is
Acts of service.
yes. So most men, I would say, is acts of service. I'm not saying they all are, but I would say that a lot of men are wanting to be appreciated, and a lot of women do not appreciate them in that fashion. Usually appreciation is given by sex. Is how I think a lot of women think their appreciation is. Oh, I'm giving him some ass tonight, he'll be happy. Yeah, of course he's going to be happy with the sex, but what else are you giving him outside of sex?
Mm-hmm.
That's stuff you have to think about. And yeah, I don't know. That's the whole, yeah.
It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing.
That's yeah.
So, some music recently came out. Looks like might be some boppers out here. At least one of them I know is finna have the summer ablaze.
Which one? The because I'm stuck between two. The Dream Doll one, because that's gonna be funny, or the Meg one. Which one are we talking about?
I don't think Dream Doll's gonna pop for the summer. I think it's a pretty cool song. But
because
either Peeps, I just haven't. She's been doing music for a good amount of time now, and has not really popped with her music.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is that what she. I just haven't heard her mainstream at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Because when you said when we were looking up this stuff, I didn't really know who Dream Doll was.
I know her from.
I remember her. I remember. Oh, you know. I remember her name, but I didn't know what she looked like. I don't know any of that. So when I heard that song, I think it's just going to be interesting because of the people she's dropping in there. Like, you know, I do this with that or this with that.
She brought Tiana. She brought Kalani.
She got
Ari. Cardi. Aries.
Meg.
Mm-hmm. She mentioned Nikki. She mentioned so many
women.
Names.
She said, "Try out," and it's called "Try Out," but it really was "Try Out Pussy" because that's what she was talking about. She said, "I'm gonna have to switch that team because these niggas ain't shit." Is what it was. Basically, the song was about.
I'm gonna let y'all know, no matter which way you go, they ain't shit. So you got to weed through the bullshit, no matter which one you decide to do.
Well, I ain't gonna say they ain't shit. There's definitely ones out there that are shit.
Well, I'm saying not all of them ain't shit.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah. There are obviously going to be, no matter which one you go through, you have, just like with anything, you cannot half-ass what you're doing.
True.
So to say, and it's almost like an insult to people who that is their lifestyle, not something that they're trying out as like a cutesy thing.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, like, it's not, I mean, the song ain't really that deep, but it's just like, it's not going to work that way.
Yeah.
Because you've got to put in the effort either way to get through the bullshit. Because that's always what's available first is the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You got to dig deep.
Weed that shit out. You know, when you're out there in your flower bed and you going through and getting those weeds out, that's what it is. You pulling them weeds, and unfortunately, them shit keep coming back.
They do.
They keep coming back.
If you want to preserve what you got, the flowers that's in your garden,
keep taking them shit, baby.
You got to keep putting in that work.
All right, let me pull out this motherfucker.
I gotta do some of that tomorrow. Boy.
Yeah,
I hate yard work.
I don't do it.
That's nice.
Yeah, fine. Even if I had a house, but not. It's not for me.
Hate it.
Yeah, but a Meg one called "Thought Shit." I don't really say I like the video. The song, like, I could get into the song, but I think because when I watched it the first time, I was really watching the video that I couldn't get into the song. But I just really did not care for the video.
Yeah, there were like so many scenes right now that I'm flashing to that were just cringe. Like, of course she was bad. She's always bad. She herself is just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not I appreciated like the storytelling of the video, I can't say I don't. Can't say I did. I liked it. Can't say I liked it.
I did not like the video
at all.
And the end got me. I
Closing
couldn't.
up on the man eating the Cheetos, that grossed me out. I hate hearing people eat. I hate watching them eat. And you was zoomed in on his mouth with all that in his teeth. I almost vomited.
That was weird, but I think the ending part, I literally I got I just
They put a vagina on his mouth. They replaced his mouth with a vagina.
I did not like it.
And then his tongue came out the cootie cat hole.
I don't like it. I don't like it. No.
Pineapples.
I
didn't like it.
I don't like that at all. I'm okay with stop talking about that piece.
Yeah. So I don't know if
video was weird. The song was, it was hitting. Again, I had the second time when we just watched it, I was able to actually listen to the song. So I didn't watch the because I was watching the video the first time. But the first time I literally don't remember shit about the song except for thought shit. That's all I remember. And so, and apparently there was a line in there because I have a group message with a bunch of people in it. And the dudes was talking about a line she said, but I can't even remember it because again, like I said, the first time I watched it, I just was so into the video trying to figure out what the fuck was going on that I don't remember. But she was apparently talking about.
I wish you remembered the lines. But.
It was something about you could never. I'll have to think about it. I can't remember, but it was talking about you could never. I'll look it up and I'll think about it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, for all of everything that was going on in the video, trying to keep up and. It just was too much. I barely heard what was being said. Again, that could be the shock value of it. Like you said, probably have to watch it again to be able to really hear
the video or something else.
What was being said. So, but there was a hilarious video that came out that pretty much gave the behind the scenes. It was like a documentary of how you get these still shots of these ladies twerking their asses off.
That white man was busting. You heard me. He would, because at first you saw he was doing this, but then you saw him getting into it when he was bopping.
But you have to get more perspective on it. So she's literally bent over on a table twerking, and there's a holster with 4 rods coming out of her attached to the camera that he's holding.
Yes.
And so he's literally trying to follow her movement.
Follow the ass. He's following the ass, y'all. But it was funny, but at one point he was just doing that. But then when he was starting to really get into it, you saw his hips start to move. He was pumping. I was like, oh, baby, pumping it, okay.
I never thought about what goes in. I just thought someone just twerks their ass on a camera that's standing still.
No, it was
not realizing there's a camera that is trying to move with you in tandem.
That shit was funny as fuck.
Shaking your ass.
I was like, his job has to be the funniest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit got to be funny.
I'm wondering what made that video pop that way. Who was like, let me record him doing this?
I don't know, but that shit was funny.
It was gold.
It was good. He was enjoying his life because he was smiling away. He was like, yeah, ass shaking, baby. Yeah,
I like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll do this for life.
Yes, I did. When I was in school, they did not tell me this is what it was gonna be like.
He was an old white man too.
Yes, that's why it was funny as fuck. Yeah. But yeah, so and then there was a Young Blue song featuring 2 Chainz and Chris Brown called
Baddest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a nice little bop.
I didn't care for it.
I didn't care for 2 Chainz' part.
I did not even know that's who it was until it came, and because I didn't care for it. I love me some Breezy, but I didn't care for it. And maybe it was just because the chorus part, so I couldn't even get past anything else. Mm-hmm. But it was just basically she got a new ass and she got titties. So now she is 10. No, so I didn't like that.
I wasn't really listening then. Yeah. I didn't hear all that.
I think it was
I was hearing. No, I do remember him saying I remember hearing that, but it was more or less hearing the melodicness of it. I wasn't really paying attention to the words. I just liked hearing them. But you're right. They did.
And so I just didn't care for it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you have the K Michelles. Because you've got, while it is an internal thing, you also have these societal things that are peer pressuring.
Mm-hmm. So why she on a 10 before she got her ass and her tits done? She still was a 10. Just because you don't have big ass or big titties or you don't have both, why does that not make you? Yeah. So I didn't care for it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not sorry. I didn't care for it.
Mm-hmm. So
out of all of them, the song that I probably would listen to was Thought Shit by Meg. But I just didn't like the video. But the physical song I could probably listen to. The Young Blue song I probably will not listen to again. And the Dream Doll song, I probably will listen to again so I can listen to some shit because that shit was funny to me. But I can't say I would add it to my playlist. Yeah.
I felt that. I felt that.
That's interesting. But to go ahead and get to our topic of the day, because apparently we've been doing a lot of talk.
We love it.
Is
That's what we get by.
you know, we're gonna talk about worst dating experiences. That's what we doing though. Okay. Worst dating experience. The only one that always pops in my head when people ask this, because for some reason, when you're in the dating, realm of things, men for some reason like to ask me that question, and I don't know why.
That is always interesting.
So, and maybe it's just so that they
how
don't
has
do
dating
it.
been going for you? What's your worst experience?
So, this is the one that always pops in my head whenever I say it. So I'm gonna go with that. Has to be my worst one. But met a gentleman. It was online. We were having great conversations. And he wanted to go out, and I was all right, cool. So we met at Applebee's, which I have no problem with. Applebee's. Back then, I used to love Applebee's, especially. We met at after 9 because that's when it's happy hour, which I have a problem with. I have no problem with you saving money.
Right.
Whatever do you, boo. That means I also can get more. But
she thinking, bitch.
I tried. But I still didn't even get much. I think I got 2 appetizers, and when it's at half price, they give you half an appetizer anyway. So I had got like the shrimp. It was like something shrimp they had back in the day. But it had like I'm gonna say sriracha or something sauce on it. But it was yes, it was so good. I fucking loved it. So usually I would get 2 of those because they only came with like 3 shrimp on it or some shit. That ain't no fucking meal.
Right.
So I would get 2 of those, and then I would get wings, which came with maybe like 5 wings or something. So that's what I got. And then I can't remember what he got. He had got, I think, nachos or something. So we're sitting there having a great conversation, all of that. And then the check comes. And the check sits there for a bit. I wasn't going to collect the check. You asked me out, sir. I'm not collecting that. So we're sitting there for a bit. The lady comes back, sees that it's not paid. So I thought it was just because we're having a good conversation. And then he pulls the, I ain't got no money.
Like, I forgot my wallet, I forgot cash,
I said what I said.
I'm broke.
I said what I said.
No other context, got it.
That was it. And I was like, and that's what do you mean? He was like, I don't have any money. And I was like, I think I had to like think, 'cause I was like
a tumbleweed probably passed in the moment.
So you don't have any money at all? And he said, well, I forgot my money. And so I was like, so which one is it? Do you not have money or you forgot your money? He was like, well, sir,
Kind of like both, but kind of not.
Sir, and he was like, the only money I got is for my bus ride.
I didn't take a sip, just in case you're curious. I didn't take a sip just now.
I said, bus ride? I thought you had a car. He was like, well, sir.
I'm gonna get up out of here. SpongeBob meme.
Sir.
I'm going to get up out of here.
Woo! So basically, I got played for a dinner. So I paid for the dinner. My friend told me afterwards, you should just pay for yours, and got up. And I said, no, I wasn't going to do that. Because, you know what? I said that was my giving back to the community. And so, again, it was appetizers. So I think the dinner maybe cost $22. So it wasn't like it was $50. It was expensive dinner. I absolutely paid for my own. Rise from my seat and left. Rose and left. But because it was like, I think it was $21 some change, so $22. So I paid for the meal. I then said, you can lose my number. No reason to communicate with me ever again. It would be different, and it's not because you asked me out. Mm-hmm. So to me, you're paying for the dinner. That's what that is. That's how that goes.
Right.
Unless there's a different communication that was had previously.
Right.
I always come with money for myself just in case people want to be stupid and do things of that nature. But when you're asking me out, that is for you to pay for said meal. You're asking me out. Mm-hmm. So if you would have said, hey, this week I don't get paid or whatever, because you had a job, but this week I don't get paid, I don't want to go out to dinner, how about X, Y, and Z? I'm cool with that. Okay, we can go for a walk. Or we can go somewhere where we can do shit for free. There's nothing wrong. But if you are saying, let's go out to eat, you told me, mm-hmm. then you are paying for this date. So that was, you just misled, and there's no reason for you to do that. I'm not one of those people where we have to go out to eat for a date. One, I prefer not to. I prefer to do something fun.
Right.
And again, if you don't have the funds to do something, we can do something for free. Bitch, we can walk the beach. There's Virginia Beach down the street. Mm-hmm. We can go to a park and walk the park. Mm-hmm. There are so many fucking things that you can do for free that could have been done.
Right.
So that just made, so no, that's it. So that was my worst dating experience. You gonna top it?
I don't know if so I've got one. I don't know if that exceeds that.
Well, go ahead. What it be?
Okay. So, asked me all day. I was like, all right, cool. They give me this place. I haven't heard of it. Go there. It's like a mom and pop bar. Okay, it's like cool. Mom and pop is walking up to it. It's cool. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Open up. It's real like old white people bar. Mm-hmm. Like real old white people.
So your
bar.
Type of bar.
No. So we go in there, and this is a bar that still allows smoking in certain areas of the bar.
So basically smoking in the bar. You can't like separate it. Smoke don't blow bit.
So we go in, and like the only like table that's available is like this weird like fold out table type thing. And like they're playing all this like really old country music, and again all these like old white people and this smoke filled air. We're right next to like these like game machines that like people are coming pulling up beside us with their drink and their cigarette in their hand. So that already I was just like, this is where you chose for us to go for the first time. And I had mentioned like these other places, and like they were like, no, it's cool. Like, all right, I'll let you take the lead on it. Cool. So
well, you led wrong. Sorry.
Pretty much. So like we're ordering drinks, mm-hmm. and I think I had maybe one beer, maybe two. When I'm meeting you for the first time, I'm very selective about what I drink. Very selective. I don't do liquor pretty much. Usually on the first date, I'll never do liquor. I'll only do like a cider or beer. Low percentage, I can kind of control that. There's no person that can go wild on the handle and just do extra shots of shit where I'll get obliterated. So I think I had 2 beers. He's knocking back these mixed drinks. And we're already having conversations that are sending me red flags. Like this was like after the holiday time. And he was talking about like how he's not close to any of his family. Didn't go visit nobody. Was alone by himself on like Thanksgiving. Out of choice. And I'm like, ooh. Something's sending me something. Like you don't have like a friend who invited you to their home. You have like excommunicated yourself from family to where you didn't go visit any family. I'm like, okay, that's like a red flag. So I kept it going, and like throughout the night, like he's giving me these like sexually suggestive things. Like he keeps looking at me, like giving me like the eyes, licking his lips while he's talking to me. I'm like, why are you looking at me like that?
Licking the lips cause
no, because he's a guy who has dimples too, so he knew.
Oh.
No, he knew, and his eyes kept like getting low. I'm like, okay, you must be a little drinky drink. So I would be like, what you looking at me like that for? He was like, nothing. And I just like, okay. So at the time to like closer to leave, he was like, so you gonna drive me home? I said, why? He said, I was like, you too drunk to drive home? Or you want me to call you a cab? He was like, dang. It's like, I was like, I'm not driving you home. I was like, I'm not taking you home. I was like, I'm not coming to your house. He was like, okay, I got you. I mean, it wasn't like that, but I was like, I think he was so mad because I played it like so like nonchalant. He goes, you gonna drive me? I said, for what? You got your car outside, right? He goes, yeah. Like, what if I'm drunk? I was like, You want me to call you a cab? I was like, I'm not offering to take you nowhere. So he proceeds to do all that weird licking lips, looking me up and down shit. So we leave, and as we're leaving, he goes to like give me, and I was wearing, I know I was wearing a jean jacket. I think I was wearing a dress with a jean jacket. And so when he went to go hug me goodnight, he literally takes his arms and put them under my jean jacket and like brings me in real close and makes like this noise. And I'm like, what you doing? Like I was like, what you doing? He was like, I'm just trying to get a hug. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, all right. She was like, all right, okay. So I was being nice. I was like, okay. And he was like, and so I gave him another hug, and he was a lot less like all over me with it. But as I'm coming up, he tries to give me a kiss. I felt so bad, but I literally body rolled out of it. I was like, sir, what are you doing? No, I'm not giving you any hints that what you about to do is okay. None. The entire night you give me sexually suggestive stuff. I told you, You gave me this really like intimate, weird hug. I told you, nah. And you still trying. I was like, no, sir. I'm good. And you picked a trash ass place to take me.
You really did.
Trash as fuck. Super trash. Like you
really
act like
did.
this is like one of these locals places that like you gotta know about to know about.
It was trash.
Sir, all the way around. Garbage. And I told him, I was like, you came on really strong. Like, for meeting me for the first time, like, no. Me, I feel like you gotta read the room. I feel like some people it's gonna be okay with. And I feel like they'll give you hints. That's
what
okay.
they want.
And that's what they want. And I feel like I'm not a person that you can read me wrong. I feel like I wear a lot of what I feel on my face. And I feel like I say and my tone matches what I'm saying. So I feel like if you're misinterpreting what I'm saying, you're doing it on purpose. And if you decide to ignore what I'm saying, you're doing it on purpose. So I was like, sir, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's a wrap. And I never saw nor talked to him again. I blocked him. I was like, you're doing too much. I don't even think and that was another one of my issues. It's like, okay, you could have maybe not been aware of what you were doing. When I brought it to his attention, I think I got hit with a my bad. Mind you, this was like a grown ass man. He was like 34 years old. I was like, so your response is my bad when someone tells you made them feel uncomfortable because of the way that you press yourself on them? But no, I'm good. I'm super good. Again, obviously age does not gauge maturity, but still,
Absolutely not.
I'm super good.
Absolutely no.
So yeah, dating is as we discussed,
Trash.
a very interesting beast.
Agreed. But it's
So.
gonna work out, and the love of our lives will appear sooner than later.
Yeah, just gotta be, but I thought it'd be very, I definitely wanted to share so that if anybody else is going through dating experiences and they're not going well, I've been on some that have been really good, some that may have potential. So but sometimes you really have to go through the funky ones. You really do. And it's not uncommon for you to hit a lot of fucking duds.
A lot.
So if you're in the dating sphere and that's what you're experiencing, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's the norm. And if you need to take time away from that too, because that's also draining in the same way, that's alright as well. I've taken quite a few breaks from dating.
Yeah.
Like, just not talking to anyone. It's just like, this is a lot. I'm tired of saying hi to new people. I'm just tired of saying hi.
Hi, or how are you doing, or how
And
was
then
your
I'm
day?
tired of answering that question for folks I don't fucking know.
How is everything? Blah blah. Yeah, it's the same thing.
So
it's a lot for sure. Let us know in the comments what was y'all's craziest or worst or weirdest dating experience that you ever went through.
yeah.
Maybe y'all's will be better than ours. Maybe y'all have never had a worse dating experience.
No, I want to hear someone who's crazier than ours. Like, I don't feel like mine was crazy. I was just like, sir, you're not reading the room. And yours, he never wanted to read the room. He doesn't know how to read.
Baby.
Yours don't know how to read. Mine refused to read the room.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, maybe y'all got braille. I don't know. We're like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Mine can't read. Y'all can't read the room. One can't see at all.
At all.
We're not saying literally. We're just saying figuratively. So y'all are aware. We're not joking anyone. I want to put that out there. But yeah, so it's crazy for But thank y'all, of course, for tuning in to, like I was saying, podcast. Remember to
like, share, comment, subscribe, tell everybody.
Yes, everybody. Ooh, 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 ooh.
And as always, some of you might have caught, I definitely butchered it at the end of the last episode. But I've kind of been playing with like what I want the tag to be. I keep adding and taking it away. But we're going to leave it at life is tough, my dear. But so are
you. Ooh, 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 ooh.
You went somewhere I wasn't expecting you to go, so I couldn't really take you there. I was like, that's where we're going? That's weird.
I was trying to hit it, but it didn't go.
Mood.
I was going to hit it, but my throat. Sorry, I need some tea, y'all. But I can sing. Shut up.
One of our followers did say that they feel like you could sing. You're just hiding that.
No. What? Who said that? No. Man, I forgot mine now. Damn it. Just remember Just remember that each of you are beautiful and to never stay what?
Stagnant!
In your motherfucking life.
Bye, guys.
Apparently I'm in a singing mood. What is going on? And I ain't had no drink.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Savage love.
Oh, no. Exit now.